Every year, millions of people fail their road driving test, not because they don't know how to drive, but because they don't understand what driving examiners are actually looking for. The good news is that passing your road test is a skill you can learn. In this video, I'll show you the safe driving habits that examiners around the world commonly evaluate. Whether you're taking your first driving test or trying again after an unsuccessful attempt, these principles can help you become a safer and more confident driver. Let's get started. What can I expect during an actual road driving test? That's an excellent question. Although road tests vary from one country to another, and even from one licensing authority to another, the fundamental driving skills being evaluated are remarkably similar throughout the world. In this video, I will walk you through the most common maneuvers that driving examiners use to evaluate your ability to drive safely and responsibly. If you learn, understand, and practice each of the driving skills demonstrated in this video, you should be well prepared and in many cases even over-prepared for the practical driving test in most parts of the world. The demonstrations in this course are performed using an automatic transmission vehicle. However, in some countries, driving tests are conducted in manual transmission vehicles. If you will be tested in a manual vehicle, you should also become comfortable using the clutch, shifting gears smoothly, and controlling the vehicle on hills. Before the test begins. Before the examiner allows you to start driving, you may be asked to present the required documents. These may include your learner's permit or provisional driver's license, a government-issued identification card, where required, vehicle registration, proof of insurance, especially if you are using your own vehicle. Some countries may also require additional documents, so always verify the requirements of your local licensing authority before your appointment. Vehicle safety inspection. Before moving the vehicle, the examiner may conduct a brief safety inspection. You may be asked to demonstrate that your vehicle is roadworthy. This inspection may include checking that the windshield is clean and free of major cracks, ensuring the windshield wipers operate properly, confirming that the headlights, brake lights, and turn signals function correctly, making sure the tires appear safe and properly inflated, verifying that all seat belts are working properly. The examiner wants to know that both you and your vehicle are ready for the road. On a typical road skill test, the examiner will be observing how safely and confidently you perform a variety of driving maneuvers, including leaving a parking space, stopping before the sidewalk, where applicable, merging into or entering the roadway, changing lanes safely, making right turns, making left turns, approaching and stopping at intersections, obeying stop signs, responding correctly to traffic signals, crossing railroad tracks, where applicable, driving safely through school zones, performing a U-turn on a narrow road, performing a U-turn on a multi-lane roadway, where permitted, completing a three-point turn, parking uphill, parking downhill, backing the vehicle in a straight line, parallel parking behind another vehicle, parallel parking between cones. Throughout the road test, the examiner will also be evaluating your overall driving habits, including your observation skills, proper use of mirrors, blind spot checks, turn signal usage, speed control, lane positioning, steering control, and your ability to make safe, confident driving decisions. Now begin with the first maneuver, pulling safely out of a parking space. In this demonstration, you will learn how to safely pull out of a parking space, one of the very first maneuvers you will perform during most road skill tests. The examiner is looking for good observation skills, proper vehicle control, and safe decision-making from the moment you enter the vehicle. Begin by entering the driver's seat and closing the door securely. Fasten your seatbelt. Before moving the vehicle, make sure the examiner has also fastened their seatbelt. Next, adjust your seat so you can comfortably reach the steering wheel, pedals, and all the vehicle controls. Then adjust your rear view mirror and both side mirrors to give yourself the best possible view around the vehicle. Place your right foot firmly on the brake pedal. Start the engine while keeping your foot on the brake. Before moving the vehicle, take a moment to carefully observe your surroundings. Look left. Look right. Check your mirrors. Watch for pedestrians, bicyclists, other vehicles, or any potential hazards. If it is safe to do so, shift the transmission into reverse. Now turn your upper body and look through the rear window over your right shoulder. Remember, although your mirrors are helpful, your primary view while backing should be through the rear window. Slowly back out of the parking space while continuing to look over your right shoulder. Back up smoothly and maintain full control of the vehicle until you have completely cleared the parking space. Bring the vehicle to a complete stop. Shift the transmission into drive. Now proceed slowly toward the parking lot exit. As you approach the sidewalk, come to a complete stop before crossing it. This is an important step that many drivers overlook. Carefully look left and right for pedestrians, children, bicyclists, wheelchair users, or anyone using the sidewalk. Remember, pedestrians always have the right of way. When the sidewalk is completely clear, slowly move forward to the edge of the roadway. Now look left, look right, and look left again for approaching traffic. Yield the right of way to all approaching vehicles before entering the roadway. Left and right. Lane changes. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to safely change lanes the way an examiner expects during your road test. Left lane change. First, signal left. Look in your left mirror. Check your blind spot by turning your head over your left shoulder. If the lane is clear, smoothly move into the left lane, like this. Right lane change. Now, let's change back to the right lane. Signal right. Look in your right mirror. Check your blind spot by turning your head over your right shoulder. If the lane is clear, smoothly move into the right lane, like this. Right turn at an intersection. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to make a safe right turn at an intersection, including how to properly turn right on a red light. As you prepare to turn right, signal right. Look in your right side mirror. Check your blind spot by turning your head and looking over your right shoulder. If the lane is clear, smoothly move into the right turn lane like this. Because the traffic light is red, come to a complete stop behind the first white stop line. Remain stopped for at least 1, 2, 3. Now, slowly pull forward until you have a clear view of approaching traffic. Yield to all vehicles and pedestrians. When the road is clear, complete your right turn smoothly like this. Left turn at an intersection. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to make a safe left turn at an intersection. As you prepare to turn left, signal left. Look in your left side mirror. Do a head check to the left. If the lane is clear, smoothly move into the left turn lane like this. When turning left, you must always yield to vehicles approaching from the opposite direction like this one, unless you have a green arrow. Once the intersection is clear, complete your left turn smoothly like this. How to make a 3-second complete stop. As you approach the stop sign, come to a complete stop like this. Count 1, 2, 3. Then, if the intersection is clear, proceed safely. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to parallel park safely between two parked vehicles. As you approach the parking space, signal right. Check your right mirror, perform a blind spot check, and pull up even with the vehicle in front, like this. Stop, shift into reverse, and slowly back up until you can see the tail light of the car like this. Now, turn the steering wheel all the way to the right and slowly back into the parking space. When your vehicle is about 12 inches from the curb, stop. Next, turn the steering wheel all the way to the left and continue backing slowly into the space. Straighten the wheels and stop. The vehicle is now centered in the parking space and within about 12 inches of the curb. You have successfully parallel parked a car between two vehicles. To leave the parking space, signal left. Check your left mirror, perform a blind spot check, shift into drive, and pull away smoothly when it is safe to do so. Parallel parking between cones. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to safely parallel park between cones, one of the most challenging maneuvers on many road tests. With enough practice, you can perform this maneuver confidently without touching the cones or the curb. As you approach the parallel parking area, position your vehicle parallel to the cones and stop when the rear of your vehicle is aligned with the first set of cones, just like this. Now place the vehicle in reverse and begin backing up slowly. Continue reversing until you can see the front cone through the passenger side window, then stop. Next, turn the steering wheel all the way to the right. Slowly continue backing into the parking space while maintaining a very slow, controlled speed. When the vehicle is approximately 12 inches from the curb, stop. Now turn the steering wheel all the way to the left. Continue backing slowly until your vehicle is fully inside the parking space within the cones. Stop before reaching the curb. If necessary, make small steering adjustments to center your vehicle evenly between the cones and parallel to the curb. Just like this. Excellent. You have successfully completed the parallel parking maneuver. Now let's safely exit the parking space. Place the vehicle in reverse and back up just slightly to create enough room to pull out. Stop. Shift into drive. Turn the steering wheel fully to the left and slowly pull forward out of the parking space. As the front of your vehicle clears the front cone, begin straightening the steering wheel and continue safely into the traffic lane. Now, let's demonstrate how to safely perform a three-point turn. A three-point turn is used to revise your driving direction when the road is not wide enough to make a U-turn. When the roadway is clear, activate your right turn signal. Check your rearview mirror, then perform a head check by looking over your right shoulder to check for approaching vehicles, pedestrians, bicyclists, and other road users. If it is safe to do so, pull over to the right side of the roadway and come to a complete stop. Next, activate your left turn signal. Check your rearview mirror, then your left side mirror, and perform a head check over your left shoulder. When it is safe, turn the steering wheel fully to the left before moving, then slowly drive across the roadway toward the opposite curb. Stop before reaching the curb, leaving enough space so the front of your vehicle does not strike it. Shift the transmission into reverse. Look through the rear window, checking both directions for approaching traffic, pedestrians, and other hazards. Turn the steering wheel fully to the right, then slowly back across the roadway toward the opposite side until your vehicle is properly aligned with your new direction of travel. Come to a complete stop. Shift the transmission into drive. Perform one final head check to ensure the roadway is clear. When it is safe, drive forward into the proper travel lane, straighten the steering wheel, accelerate smoothly, and continue driving safely. Straight line backing. In this demonstration, you will learn how to safely perform the straight line backing maneuver, one of the common exercises you may encounter during your road skill test. Remember this important rule. Always signal your intention before every maneuver. Let other road users know what you intend to do before you do it. Good drivers communicate their intentions, and examiners expect to see this safe driving habit throughout your road test. Begin by activating your right turn signal. Check your rearview mirror, then your right side mirror, and head check. If it is safe to do so, gently pull over to the right side of the road and bring the vehicle to a complete stop. Now carefully look all around your vehicle. Make sure the roadway is clear of approaching vehicles, pedestrians, bicyclists, and any other hazards before beginning the backing maneuver. When it is safe, place your left hand at the 12 o'clock position on the steering wheel. Place your right hand on the back of the passenger seat. Now, turn your upper body and look straight through the rear window over your right shoulder. This should be your primary view while backing. Although your mirrors can help monitor your surroundings, your main focus should remain through the rear window. Shift the transmission into reverse. Release the brake gently and begin backing very slowly. Back the vehicle approximately 30 to 40 feet, using small steering corrections to keep the vehicle traveling in a straight line. Remember, when backing up, your visibility is reduced, and the vehicle is more difficult to control than when driving forward. Slow, smooth, and controlled movements are the key to performing this maneuver successfully. Once you have backed the required distance, bring the vehicle to a complete stop. Place your foot firmly on the brake pedal. Shift the transmission into drive. Before moving forward again, look all around to make sure it is safe to proceed. Activate your left turn signal to indicate that you are about to re-enter the traffic lane. Check your rear view mirror, then your left side mirror. Perform a head check over your left shoulder to check your blind spot. When the lane is clear, gently merge back into traffic, cancel your turn signal, and continue driving safely. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to safely perform uphill parking with a curb, a maneuver commonly tested during many road skill examinations. The objective is to prevent your vehicle from rolling backward if the brakes fail by allowing the curb to stop the vehicle. When instructed to park uphill, activate your right turn signal. Check your rearview mirror, then your right side mirror. Perform a head check by looking over your right shoulder to check your blind spot. If it is safe to do so, pull over close to the curb and come to a complete stop. Next, turn the steering wheel away from the curb. Shift the transmission into neutral and slowly ease your foot off the brake, allowing the vehicle to roll back gently until the back of the front tire rests securely against the curb. Once the tire is firmly against the curb, press the brake pedal. Shift the transmission into park and firmly engage the parking brake. Your vehicle is now safely secured and protected from rolling backward. When you are ready to leave, start the engine if necessary. Press the brake pedal and release the parking brake. Shift the transmission into drive. Activate your left turn signal. Check your rearview mirror, then your left side mirror. Perform a head check by looking over your left shoulder. When it is safe to do so, turn the steering wheel back toward the roadway, pull smoothly into the travel lane, straighten the steering wheel, and continue driving safely. Downhill parking. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to safely perform downhill parking with a curb. This maneuver demonstrates your ability to secure your vehicle properly on a downhill grade and safely re-enter traffic. Downhill parking is an important road test maneuver because it demonstrates that you know how to prevent your vehicle from rolling if the brakes were ever to fail. As you approach your parking position, signal right. Check your right mirror, perform a head check by looking over your right shoulder, then safely pull over and stop approximately 4 inches from the curb. Once your vehicle has come to a complete stop, turn the steering wheel all the way to the right. Next, shift the transmission into neutral and gently release the brake, allowing the vehicle to roll slowly forward until the front tire lightly rests against the curb, just like this. Now shift the transmission into park and firmly apply the parking brake. Excellent! Your vehicle is now properly secured for downhill parking. Now let's safely leave the parking space. Signal left, check your left mirror, and perform a head check by looking over your left shoulder. When the roadway is clear, release the parking brake, shift into drive, and carefully pull away from the curb. As you enter the traffic lane, straighten the steering wheel and continue driving safely. Remember, the examiner is looking for proper mirror checks, a blind spot check, correct steering wheel direction, smooth vehicle control, and the proper use of the parking brake. Missing any of these steps may result in points being deducted during your road test. Now, let's demonstrate how to safely perform a U-turn on a narrow road. Because the roadway is not wide enough to complete the U-turn from your lane of travel, you must first pull over into the right shoulder of the road. Begin by activating your right turn signal. Check your rearview mirror, then your right side mirror. Perform a head check by looking over your right shoulder to check your blind spot. If it is safe, carefully pull deep onto the right shoulder and bring your vehicle to a complete stop. Now, activate your left turn signal. Look in your rearview mirror, then your left side mirror, and perform a head check over your left shoulder. When the roadway is completely clear in both directions, begin your U-turn by steering left across the roadway. Continue turning until you reach the opposite shoulder, then bring the vehicle to a complete stop. The reason for stopping on the opposite shoulder is to avoid blocking or interfering with the normal flow of traffic while you prepare to re-enter the roadway. When it is safe to proceed, signal left again, check your mirrors, perform a head check, and merge smoothly into your lane of travel. Now, let's demonstrate how to safely perform a U-turn on a multi-lane road. When the roadway is clear, activate your left turn signal. Check your rearview mirror, then your left side mirror. Perform a head check by looking over your left shoulder to check your blind spot. If it is safe to do so, move smoothly into the left lane and proceed. Now, signal again to the left, check your rearview mirror, then your left side mirror, and then head check. If it is safe, move smoothly into the middle shared left turn lane. Once you are properly positioned in the middle center lane, slow down and come to a complete stop. Yield the right of way to all oncoming vehicles, pedestrians, bicyclists, and any other road users. When the roadway is completely clear, turn the steering wheel fully to the left first, and then begin your U-turn in one smooth, continuous motion into the outer lane. Straighten the steering wheel, accelerate smoothly, and continue driving safely. Automatic failures on a road skill test vary from one state, province, or country to another. However, most licensing authorities treat certain unsafe actions as immediate failures because they place you, your passengers, pedestrians, or other road users at unnecessary risk. In general, any serious traffic violation, dangerous maneuver, or unsafe driving behavior that has the potential to cause a collision may result in an automatic failure. The following are some of the most common automatic failures observed during road skill tests around the world. Backing into traffic. For example, if you are asked to perform a U-turn on a narrow road and cannot complete the maneuver, backing into moving traffic in order to proceed is considered an immediate failure in many jurisdictions because it creates a dangerous traffic conflict. Crossing a traffic barrier. Driving over a raised median, center divider, traffic island, or other traffic barrier instead of following the proper roadway. Driving off the roadway. Allowing your vehicle to leave the roadway by driving onto the shoulder, sidewalk, grass, or any other area not intended for normal vehicle travel without a valid reason. Failure to obey the examiner. ignoring or repeatedly failing to follow the examiner's lawful instructions during the road test, failure to yield the right-of-way, failing to yield to pedestrians in a crosswalk or on a sidewalk, emergency vehicles or other traffic that has the legal right-of-way, driving onto or striking a curb, driving over or hitting a curb while turning, parking, or performing any other maneuver. Repeated poor driving habits. Repeatedly failing to use turn signals, neglecting mirror checks, or forgetting blind spot checks throughout the test may result in failure. For example, consistently missing required turn signals or head checks demonstrates unsafe driving habits. Striking a stationary object, hitting a parked vehicle, traffic cone, mailbox, signpost, trash can, or any other stationary object. Excessive speed. Driving significantly above the posted speed limit or well below the normal flow of traffic without a valid reason. In many jurisdictions, driving more than 10 miles per hour above or below the posted speed limit may result in an automatic failure. Speeding in a school zone. Exceeding the posted school zone speed limit while the reduced speed limit is in effect. Improper lane change. Changing lanes without signaling, failing to check mirrors and blind spots, moving into an occupied lane, or making an unsafe lane change. Improper lookout. Failing to properly observe traffic before entering an intersection, merging into traffic, changing lanes, or pulling out in front of an approaching vehicle. Improper passing. Passing another vehicle is prohibited or when the maneuver cannot be completed safely. Improper signal. Giving the wrong turn signal, failing to signal or signaling too late to provide adequate warning to other road users. For example, signaling left but turning right or signaling right but turning left. Improper turn, making a turn from the wrong lane, turning too wide, cutting the corner, or turning into the wrong lane. Obstructing traffic, blocking or unnecessarily delaying the normal flow of traffic by stopping without cause, hesitating excessively when it is safe to proceed, or creating a traffic hazard. Running a railroad crossing, failing to stop, yield, or follow the required procedures at a railroad crossing or attempting to cross when it is unsafe to do so. Always obey railroad crossing signals, gates, and warning devices. Running a stop sign or red light. Failing to come to a complete stop at a stop sign or proceeding through a red traffic signal without legal authorization is considered a serious traffic violation and commonly results in an automatic failure, causing a traffic collision. Being involved in a preventable traffic collision during the road test, regardless of its severity, will almost always result in an immediate failure. Driving on the wrong side of the road, driving against the proper direction of traffic, crossing into opposing traffic lanes without authorization, or entering a one-way street in the wrong direction creates an extremely dangerous situation and is considered an automatic failure. Driving in the wrong lane, failing to maintain the correct lane for travel, turning into the wrong lane, or remaining in an incorrect lane when preparing for a turn or lane change may result in an automatic failure if it creates an unsafe traffic situation. Examiner intervention. If the examiner must grab the steering wheel, apply the brakes, take control of the vehicle, or give an immediate verbal command to prevent a collision or other dangerous situation, the road test will almost always end in an automatic failure. Final advice. Remember, the examiner is not expecting you to drive perfectly. Minor mistakes may result in point deductions, but serious safety violations can end the road test immediately. The purpose of the road test is to determine whether you can operate a motor vehicle safely, confidently, and independently. Throughout the examination, demonstrate good observation skills, use your mirrors frequently, perform blind spot checks, obey traffic signs and signals, maintain proper speed, and make safe driving decisions at all times. If you consistently demonstrate safe driving habits, follow the examiner's instructions, and remain calm and focused throughout the test, you will greatly increase your chances of passing your road skill test on your first attempt. If you happen to fail your road test, don't be discouraged. Don't become angry with the examiner or lose confidence in yourself. Remember, the examiner's primary responsibility is to ensure that every new driver can operate a motor vehicle safely. If the examiner decides not to approve you for a driver's license, it is often because they observed driving habits or safety concerns that need further improvement before you are ready to drive independently. Rather than viewing the result as a failure, view it as an opportunity to become a safer, more confident, and more skilled driver. Pay close attention to the examiner's comments and feedback. Identify the areas where you lost points and spend time practicing those specific skills until you can perform them safely, confidently, and consistently. Every hour you invest in improving your driving skills will not only increase your chances of passing the next road test, but will also make you a safer driver for the rest of your life. Many excellent drivers did not pass their road test on the first attempt. What made the difference was their willingness to learn from their mistakes, practice diligently, and return better prepared. In many countries, states, or licensing jurisdictions, you may be required to wait a specified period, often 24 hours or longer, before taking another road test. Use that time wisely. Practice the maneuvers you found most challenging, strengthen your weak areas, and build your confidence behind the wheel. Most importantly, never give up. Every unsuccessful attempt brings valuable experience. With the right attitude, consistent practice, and determination, you can overcome your weaknesses and succeed. Remember, the goal is not simply to pass a road test. It is to become a safe, responsible, and confident driver who can protect yourself, your passengers, and everyone else sharing the road. Keep practicing, stay positive, and when you return for your next road test, arrive with confidence, knowing that you are better prepared than before. Believe in yourself, drive safely, and never stop learning.